forward.
Hi, Lorraine. How are you?
I'm good, Laura. How you doing?
Good. I'm very excited to be talking to you again and get to explore a new class that has come into the lineage.
I know. I'm so excited.
So cool. Opening the creative channel.
That's right.
Yeah, you have this really rich background in the arts and theater, and I'm just really excited to hear from you what this class entails for our community.
Yeah, I'm excited to see how it's going to unfold. It started as a pop-up healing.
Mhm.
It started as a pop-up healing. I was brainstorming with Maya, who handles registration for pop-ups, and we're looking at ideas. And she brought up the theme of creativity. It was like, ooh, that's good.
So
Because
juicy.
yeah, it's very juicy because creativity is this interesting. It's this interesting process of active surrender. The creativity, and I do have a background in theater, and I came through NYU Tisch School of the Arts and studied at the Lee Strasberg Institute, and made my way in theater for many years, and love it passionately, and that creative process, and it really reflects an active surrender. So when you're really in the creative flow, that there's something greater than yourself that steps over. There's something that takes over and really guides the way. And so I've never felt more connected to the divine intention than I was when I was really in the moment of the work that I was doing creatively. And of course I felt that on stage, but you feel that in many different aspects of life. And so when this pop-up healing came up, I thought, oh, what a wonderful healing. And when I first offered the healing, I could feel that beautiful link between divine intention and personal expression. And I said, this is a great place to work. This is a wonderful way to bring awareness and how divine intention is there all the time. And recognizing that process as it plays throughout. So, we have this idea of what it means to be creative, but really creativity on that level becomes a spiritual path. And so, the healing hit levels I didn't expect. And then it became obvious that it should be a finding presence event. It's like, there's a lot more to this. We can explore this. We can deepen the healing by using the finding presence structure, which incorporates, guided meditation. The first part of the finding presence healings is about getting awareness and running tools about truth and getting your awareness into where you might be stuck, creatively, or what that means for you, to fears about using your voice fully. And it absolutely deepened the healing and amped up what we could bring through and offer. And then you had the idea. I remember the text.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Well, I just wanted to say the Finding Presence event on creativity was so powerful for me that it just stayed with me. And I think maybe you did it twice. And
I did it 3 times.
You did it 3 times. I think, yeah, I tried to go as many times as I could. And it made me realize, I always loved art as a child. I have an MFA in creative writing, and it caused this huge shift where I realized that somewhere along the way, my love for art got flipped because my identity co-opted that. The ego started to use that as a basis for my identity. And then the art was in the service of my ego. Right. And so the joy and the fun and the spontaneity and the play and the wonder had really drained out of it to a degree I didn't realize until I took your Finding Presence series. And then I was in Rick's Awakening the Body Mind, And this issue is just so up in my system. And sometimes I get downloads from Merlin about my own classes and events that I do in tarot and astrology. But this time he was just talking to me about you. And I said, can I please focus on myself for a minute? But he kept showing me the creativity class event and, as a class. And I finally said, I just have to tell Lorraine what I'm seeing because Merlin won't leave me alone.
Well, that happens when you're in the employ of Merlin, you work 24/7, so you were called to duty. I remember the text, I'm going to save it. It was like, this would be a great class is what you said. And I said, yeah, as a lot of things could be a great class, but it caught me. I was like, gee, okay, let me see if there's a transmission that wants to come through. And, before even finishing the thought, boom, it came in, and it was very clear as a 1-day class. And like I said, the nature of where the healing went, how divine intention works through our personal expression. I was like, this is rich. And what comes through in a class transmission is so much more deep and profound and life-changing than anything I could do in an event, so there it was, the structure just landed. And I realized the thing to do is not just sort of sit with the Merlin mantra, but to include the work that has been developed through the Finding Presence format, a lot of those questions, as well as some other exercises I'm working on to really help bring people's awareness into what are their blocks in terms of creativity, and where are those identities that hold us back and choke back our voice. And, identities, of course, always limit us. And I hear what you're saying. I did the same thing. My identity as an actress and a director really limited my joy and my experience of the art coming through, and I used it, and, I kept it in this little box. And, this is a lineage about awakening and recognizing, where, we experience that separation and how we can be free of it. So it's just so rich.
Yeah.
A thought. So yeah, 1-day class coming through. And it is core veil level.
Yes, that's right. And, I will say that just from the Finding Presence events, my relationship to my creativity has shifted. I'm finding that creative joy in things that I always just thought of as kind of routine or mundane tasks for my own business, but I'm really approaching them with so much more creativity. And then there's that inspiration, and then there's that spark, and then there's that ease too that can come. So I truly can't wait to see what you and Merlin have in store for us. And so when are you teaching the first one?
Well, I'm going to offer it for the Spanish-speaking community in November, but I will be opening up to, anyone at Core Veil and Awakening to Being Awareness level, December 7th. I'm going to offer it in a little buffet of classes, including deepening in meditation with Merlin and the sensing series. So, it'll be the end of, that series in early December. And yeah, I'm just very excited about it. And I do think, we have our ideas of what creativity means, but when that creative process, when we really embrace it, like you said, it shows up in all aspects of life, including our healing, because Vortex Healing is a healing art. It is an incredibly creative expression of Merlin. And so to bridge this, into that as well as everything else, will be fantastic. Anyway, I'm just very excited.
I am very excited too. So December 7th, mark your calendars. I personally can't wait. And thank you so much for all you give us, Lorraine.
All right, we'll talk soon.
Mm-hmm.